So, this evening, I guess it goes without saying that I should start by greeting everyone with Happy Halloween, because it is Halloween, and I guess that, given the fact that I was forced to delay this Final Fantasy XIV Let's Play by a month because I had to replace my PC because it just couldn't handle it anymore, I think it's safe to say that maybe this was a blessing in disguise, and it worked out, because tonight we're going after Dawntrail Relic number 4, and we are going to be dressing for the occasion for Halloween. But that's not all who's going to be doing the dressing for the occasion. So will our adversary. And you're probably wondering what I mean by that? Well, you're going to be having your minds blown when you see it for yourself. So before we dress appropriately, and while I'm chilling out with my happy hour cocktail, greetings people of the world, Matthias Griffin back with you for the continuation of Let's Play Final Fantasy XIV Dawntrail live here on Twitch. So let's go ahead and prepare to get at it. So for this particular evening, we only have 2 relics left to go after. We have the Healer Relic and we have the Mage DPS Relic. Given that we're going for the Mage DPS Relic, I thought it would make sense to dress in a way that a Mage DPS would, and also to be in line with All Saints Wake, because of course that's Final Fantasy XIV's Halloween. I am pulling out the outfit that was similar to what was introduced in the 2015 edition of All Saints Wake. This was of course the outfit that allowed me to introduce all of you to Rika, and of course she would eventually become the Endwalker Warrior of Light. But tonight, Matthias will be wearing this outfit, and we will be going to try and get a 4th artifact. So, as the sun sets for what will probably be a very spooky evening, why do you say we head on over to Jabali of Tai? And once we hit the ground, we will go ahead and find this person over here, a Mikote named Suhei. We'll go ahead and speak with her and learn what we can about artifact number 4. Let's speak with her to take on the level 90 Mage DPS quest entitled Power Forgotten. Suhei seeks an adventurer with a penchant for the magical.
Oh, hello! Did Brookhaven send you to help recover our stolen treasure?
Indeed he did.
Thank the heavens! And judging by your accoutrement, you're learned in the arcane arts, yes? If so, we've need of your power and wisdom.
Yeah, I guess I'm very glad that I dressed appropriately. I can only imagine what it would have been like if, say, I came in and my glamour was my street clothes. Yeah, I'm ready to throw down.
Truth be told, it is wisdom that we require most. You see, even though the treasure has been guarded by our people for generations, we know little of its true nature.
Uh-oh. In other words, it's gonna be very dangerous.
In ages past, the forests of our homeland were plagued with terrible beasts, a constant source of fear and danger. To combat this menace, our mages spent many moons researching the treasure known as the Perch of the Apex. Upon unlocking its secrets, they were able to drive the monsters from the woods, bringing peace at last. With the threat all but eradicated, our forebears forbade any further use of the treasure and enshrined it within the village.
But didn't put it under lock and key, right?
As the years passed, we slowly forgot what it was to live in fear. Yet as our struggles faded into memory, stories surrounding the Perch of the Apex became legend, then myth. Now, none living are certain of its true power. Yet the peace was shattered by a member of the Passage of the Unbound. The villain wielded his way into our trust, then stole upon my husband, the treasure's appointed guardian, catching him unaware with a terrible blow that left him unconscious.
That's usually how it goes with getting these treasures, isn't it? Well, with the exception of the most recent one that we went after.
He is yet to awaken, so my daughter Topeka has set forth to retrieve what was stolen. Unlike her father, she has no skill in the arcane arts, and chose the path of the sword.
Oh, that's unfortunate, I guess, that she couldn't follow in her father's footsteps.
That's why I've been seeking someone with the knowledge she lacks. Should the ancient power be unleashed, please, if you can find it in your heart to help the Peke, I would be forever grateful.
Yeah, consider it done, or if there's a mystic artifact involved, count me in. Yeah, you've got it, my lady.
Oh, thank you, thank you. Now, our only clue to the thief's whereabouts is from something he mentioned during his stay in our village. He spoke of his desire to bring change to a place called XIV.
So in other words, we're going into Endwalker territory now.
That is where Tepeke decided to begin her search. So she boarded a ferry bound there by way of Limsa, with her trusted sword and shield close at hand. That's how you'll know her.
Alright.
She agreed to stay in XIV to gather information until aid arrived. I know nothing of the place, but it's likely she could be found at a marketplace or some such. Please, bring our treasure and my daughter safely home.
That I can do for you. Okay, so off we go to XIV, and for those of you who are going to be watching this VOD, yeah, I'll be wearing this on Halloween, but by the time you get this, it'll likely be either Christmas Day or just after, which will make this look very weird. Yeah, I still come to XIV on the regular, if nothing else, than to be able to get gear from over here to exchange in order to be able to get it decent and build up myself as far as crafting is concerned, and also get some spare materials that can be sold on the markets. So, yeah, we found a Turali swordswoman, and this does look like someone that's befitting the description. But it seems like she picked the worst person to talk to because, yeah, this guy's lugging a crate. Like, you couldn't have timed this asking worse. Hello there.
Oh, are you looking for me? What's over for?
A fellow Mikote has come to help you out, young lady.
Mathia! And you say my mother sent you?
She did. Yeah, I can tell because you have the same cat tats as she does. They're also Ishtolas.
I take it she's already explained the details, such as how we know next to nothing of the treasure and its capabilities. We have only the legends passed down through our forebears to go on. They speak of a Turalva troll of an owl that once terrorized the forests, whose soul is sealed within the perchman at the apex.
Owl, huh? Yeah, you would think wisdom would be the animal trait here.
The tales have only become more vague as the mist of time obscures the treasure's origin. Even our village's eldest remembers not, but an ominous warning uttered by those who once wielded its magics.
In other words, it's gonna be dangerous.
The master of the apex shall be showered with good fortune, yet leave only sorrow in their wake.
Well, those words clearly were exploited by your thief.
It's clear that despite owning the safety of the Apex's power, our forebears viewed it as something to be feared. It must be truly immense. Now, on to the matter of the thief.
Yeah, can you ID him? Or her?
Even during our brief acquaintance, he made planned his desire to bring change to XIV. Naturally, I started my search here, and have been seeking anyone who's expressed dissatisfaction with the status quo. Sure enough, I heard stories of a recent arrival, a self-styled savior of XIV, who proclaims that he will lead the city to greatness and calls himself the Justiciar.
Justiciar, huh? Is he like one of those Final Fantasy XII judges?
He's apparently taken on the burden of personally exterminating the beasts which infest Thavnair's wilds. He made a great show of claiming he alone is equal to the task. While he certainly draws a crowd with his boasting, they only watch with morbid curiosity as he sets off into the jungles alone. I realize this could have nothing to do with our problem, but even the smallest lead must be pursued. I've heard he often gives his speeches at the region's smallest settlements. So, shall we go to see this Justiciar for ourselves?
Yes, indeed.
It's decided. I hear Yedlamad would be a good place to start. Hopefully there we can find our next crumb of a clue.
So do I. Alright, the Edlamod it is. The first settlement we visited here on the island of Thavnir when we began Endwalker. Okay, so here's the Pekka right over here, speaking with a Huron boy.
Matthias, we're in luck. This boy saw the very man we seek. It seems they gave the same grand speech about saving the people, claiming that danger lurked nearby before venturing forth to combat it alone. Yet the Radiant host could not well stand idle if there were truly beasts afoot, so one of them followed him. All we need to do is pick up their trail. He ran towards the shroud, but you might be able to spot them from Kadaya's footsteps. You can see the whole forest from there. Thanks, you've been very helpful. So, Matthias, let's head there and see what we can see.
Very well. So thanks for your help, young boy. Let's be off. So on a beautiful starry night here in Thavnir, let's see if we can't find the person of interest. Yeah, the Justiciar, huh? That's quite a fancy name, I have to say. You know, we're going the fancy way, going through the canopy. Eventually, we'll make our way to where we need to go. So yeah, there's Razarhan in the distance, and oh, hello there. Lookout point. Can I park this? Yeah, I imagine this is very hard to position yourself in, so we'll briefly change over. We'll just give this to my bard. Alright. We got what we needed. So let's join Tepeke.
Now then, let us begin our search. Since I've never actually seen the Justiciar, I suggest we find the Radiant Host soldier first. They do all wear similar armor after all.
Yeah, they're all sent the same scale armor. Search your surroundings for the Radiants. You may move the camera as well as zoom in and out. Target the soldier and inspect him with R2 or X. This won't be easy to do since it's nighttime. But let's see what we can find. Okay, so nothing close by. Hold on, I may see something. I may be seeing... Oh, nope, that is actually him. That must be him. But what happened? We better get down there quickly. Yeah, I wasn't quite sure on that. Right, back to cutscene. So yeah, we're just throwing ourselves down the cliff and running to help him out. Poor guy.
Not to worry, Matthias. He's unconscious, but otherwise appears unharmed.
Well, that's a relief. It looks like we have a whole bunch of stuff scattered around everywhere, including a dead monster. A leftover from the final days. You know, we have some rocks that we're looking at. What happened? You've been taken for a loop there, sir. So, yeah, can you tell us about what happened?
We heard you came here in pursuit of the Justiciar. Do you remember anything?
Yes, I eventually found him. He was confronting that fiend that now lies dead. So yeah, flashback. Not quite getting echo here. Yeah. The Radiant Host Warrior ran out and found that creature. And who's this? At last, the Justiciar graces Razathan. I shall bring unending peace to this beleaguered land. Yeah, he's wearing a mashup of gear from the Slipstream armor that was available in Heavensward over in Idleshire, and he's also got himself a helmet from Eureka. So how are you gonna show off your skills? I mean, you do have an impressive bow. You are brave enough to follow in my path. Few indeed possess the metal to even consider the terrors which threaten our home, let alone stand against them. Yet courageous though you may be, you are far too weak to fell a beast so mighty. Quit this place with your life yet while you are yet able. I guess he doesn't find this thing so imposing. I mean, he could have poison spores on him. I am of the Radiant Host. If I ran from such meager prey, I would become a laughingstock. I'll bold to look death in the eye without flinching. I doubt not your conviction to defend Razathan, yet I believe it pales before mine. It's like, what are you on about? Yeah. Show us your... Oh, you're not going with the bow and arrow. Oh, Apex, bestow upon me your divine might! Are you gonna power it up in order to use your bow? Or not? Do you not heed my call? I require your power more than ever! Is something supposed to happen? Yeah. Why? Am I yet unworthy? No, you're supposed to use your bow, so it's supposed to happen. Oh, mayhap there is a button I must press. And meanwhile, your opponent is approaching. This is not what I expected. Stand aside, I'll dispose of these pests. Just give me a moment. It cannot happen like this. I won't be made a fool. Come on, you moldy trinket, work! Transform me into the hero of Razathan! Oh, there it goes. So now... Oh, jeez. Oh, whoa. Well, that was unexpected. He brandished that idol and became wreathed in a mysterious light. Then boulders started falling from the sky. How's that possible? Did he somehow shift the earth and be able to make boulders move to where he was? Down they came one after the other. That's when I must have been struck unconscious. And so now... Yeah, there's the evidence. Can you pick it up with that big body of yours? I recall only faintly, but I think I heard the man mumbling. Quite excitedly, as if he had overcome a sudden revelation. Or as if he was overtaken by madness. And so what do we do? Yeah, he should have just stuck to the bow. It seems he got away unscathed. Either he had an incredible stroke of luck or whatever he was beseeching to actually answered. Yeah, it seems like of all the people who are dim-witted about these Dawntrail artifacts, he's the one who's the most dim-witted so far.
Then it is as I suspected. This Justiciar is the self-same thief who stole the perch of the Apex.
Which means we gotta do something.
But no doubt he is long departed from here. First, I'll escort this fellow back to Yellowmard and keep a close eye on him. Head wounds can have dreadful after effects.
Yeah, I hope you got something to treat that headache. Any Tylenol, Advil, aspirin, that sort of thing. And so, we get warped right back to Yedlamad, so let's go ahead and speak with Topeka to complete the quest. And go right back to cutscene.
The soldier made his way to Razet to make a formal report, and what an odd report it'll be.
It certainly will.
His accounts seem to align with legends of the treasure's powers. The wielder escaped unharmed and brought ruin to those around him. Could those falling rocks have been a freak accident? I'm not so sure. You won't believe it! He came back!
And looks like you came back too. Yeah, he runs right to us.
Who came back? The Justiciar? Yes, not long after you left. He said he beat up a monster that knocked out the Radiant, and he was laughing his head off. Did he really do that? Is he really stronger than the Radiants?
Uh-oh. Trying to twist stories. Trying to build himself up, yeah. As the rain begins to set in on this, very appropriately. Whatever he did, the monster was slain, I suppose, or maybe he is, maybe he isn't. Yeah. It's a good thing I'm wearing this wide-brimmed hat in order to keep my head dry.
Well, my mate can't stop talking about him. He wants to be just like the Justiciar. His mom and dad weren't happy about that, though. I advise you and your friends to look for a different role model, but we thank you for telling us what happened.
And I think children will not be so easily swayed.
Well, there is one less fiend skulking about, I suppose. He may have been simply testing the treasure's capabilities, and as far as we know, he's yet to use his power to evil ends.
But
I find his motivations a mystery. To steal the perch of the Apex by force, only to come here to Thavnir and use it for good? It makes no sense. You've heard tell of this passage of the Unbound, yes? Many have ventured to Tuliolo claiming to be their victims. Yet here they would be saviors?
well, the others claimed that they were doing that too.
If he had such noble goals, then why did he stick to such devious deception? What could he be plotting?
Who knows?
But that's neither here nor there. He stole from my people, and that misdeed can't be forgiven. The perch of the Apex helped us win peace. By its might, our forebears built the foundation of the lives we now lead. Until recently it stood silent, a symbol of our pride as a people. It reminded us that we carved out a home within that inhospitable wilderness. Being trusted with its protection is a great honor. I'm so proud of my father when the elders chose him. So proud to be his daughter.
But then,
Yet since the day it was stolen, some of the other villagers made their disdain toward him only too clear. I couldn't bear it. That's why I must get it back, to restore my village's pride and my father's reputation.
I'll do what I can, young lady.
There's still so much we don't know about the Justiciar, but we have to assume he's learned to wield the Apex's power. I can't say whether those falling rocks have anything to do with it, but I won't discount it outright. I'll continue looking into his whereabouts while we still have so many questions. With both of us working together, we'll find answers soon enough.
I hope you're right. So we'll go ahead and take our 994,000 experience points that I can't use because I'm already maxed out at level 100, and 2,000 gil. Alright, and so yeah, now that we're out of cutscene, I can finally put an umbrella over my head. Let's go ahead and speak with Topeka again to take on the level 92 Mage DPS quest entitled A Brand of Justice. Topeka wears a troubled expression.
Mathia, I'm afraid there have been some developments that are less than encouraging. News of the Justiciar's actions has spread throughout the city, and with each retelling his deeds becoming more valorous. The younger citizens in particular seem to view him as something of an idol.
Yeah, that's typically what happens as I take a stance change and drop my umbrella.
Despite the creatures he hunts posing no real danger, he would paint them as mighty beasts in need of felling. Of course, the Radiant hosts are far too busy to trouble themselves culling every pest that casts a sideways glance at the city gates. Yet the Justiciar has twisted circumstances to his advantage. He proclaims to anyone who will listen that the Radiant hosts shrink with terror before these beasts, and that he's the only one who can eradicate them. Though you might expect such claims to be dismissed as wild ramblings, it seems no few people have fallen for his ploy. The whispers of his exploits among the youth have practically grown into a clamour. Yet we mustn't be discouraged, for his increasing fame only makes it easier for us to sniff out his trail. And where better to start than Razed Han. I'll see you there, Mathia.
So back to the city then. Yeah, maybe we'll find somewhere where it's dry in order to find people to speak to. Alright. So it looks like if we're gonna find someone, it's actually not that far to find them. Because yeah, Topeka is decided to indeed get out of the rain.
Given how large the city is, let's split up to cover more ground. I already have a destination in mind, the High Crucible. I hear the alchemists there can concoct all manner of tinctures and powders, including those which help in detecting traces of energies left behind by magics and enchanted tools.
Yeah, lucky you, right?
Fallen rocks have invariably marked locations where the Justiciar has performed one of his feats, and I believe an alchemical mixture can help us determine if their presence is the work of the treasure. I'm hardly an expert in such concoctions though, so I'll seek advice at the High Crucible.
And hopefully you have a deep pocket.
While I'm doing that, I would ask that you go to the Hall of the Radiant Host and see if they have any new information on the Justiciar's whereabouts. Does that plan sound agreeable to you?
It certainly does.
Great! Now that we both have our tasks, let's get to them. I'll meet you back here once my business is done.
Very well. So we gotta run back out into the rain. Alright, so to the Hall of the Radiant Host we go. Thankfully over here it's not raining. That's good for us. Hello there, sir. You may not know who I am, but my friend Rika sends her regards. Hello there, sir. Can you help me out? I'm tired of hearing about this Justiciar. His popularity among the city's younglings is quickly becoming a cause for concern. Try as we might to refute his claims that the Radiant hosts are allowing monstrous beasts to run amok unchecked. You know how young minds are. Impressionable and difficult to change once set. We initially disregarded him as a boastful eccentric, but his alarming sway over the populace can no longer be ignored. We are at present considering whether to open a formal investigation into his activities. You and this ally of yours have done well in your search thus far. You even have a working theory about the falling stones. Quite impressive. Well, thank you. Several of our number have encountered him during their patrols, only to lose sight of him under a hall of rocks. Such incidents have become all too frequent, and many in our ranks demand we act. For now, I'm afraid that this is all the help I can offer. Not now. Jans, come on. Please share what I've told with you with your companion, and together we may yet unmask the Justiciar. Very well. Let's hope that this information goes a long way to getting our solution. Back to the Ape Plaza. And back to Topeka. So here's what we found out.
It's heartening to know that the Radiant hosts are taking this seriously. Thank you for speaking with them, Mathia. I have good tidings as well. I explained the situation to the alchemists, and they provided a powder that should help detect traces of magic in the surrounding environments. I say help because the powder reacts only faintly on its own. To function properly, it requires the skills of one practiced in the arcane arts. Luckily, I have you. I've committed the locations of all the sightings of the Justiciar to memory, and the closest to us was at the Perfumed Rise. Let's hope this powder works as intended.
Perfumed Rise, huh? Alright, so that means we gotta go back outside the city. So, let's go on out. So, it's gonna be closest to the Great Work. Alright. Let's go ahead and make our way through the rain. And try not to lose sight of my hat. Yeah, rain isn't gonna stop us. Alright, let's speak with the Peke.
The Justiciar was sighted near here, and I didn't see any other conspicuous stones around, so I sprinkled the powder over this one.
Yeah, it does look like all these rocks are all very similar.
Now concentrate your focus or inner eye, or whatever it is that's the locus of your power, and you see if you can't detect any unnatural forces.
Okay. So, yeah, let's walk in and have a look. He was like, I trust you. But let's just hope this powder doesn't get washed away in the rain. So, let's do what needs to be done. Getting a little light here. And it's glowing and brighter. And so, where is this gonna point us? Oh, well, we got something emerging. So we did find energy in there. So, I guess we need to tell you about it.
So, were you able to detect anything?
I did indeed. So let me tell you all about it. Look how happy she is.
I knew you could do it! So because there are no crystals in the rock, the energy you detected must be the remnants of some kind of spell. Is that right? And taking the story of the Radiant we rescued previously into account, we can conclude that the Justiciar uses the treasure to call those stones down from the sky.
So is this basically Sephiroth using Meteor, but at a much smaller scale? Yeah, we gotta think about what we've seen.
At least now we have an inkling of its true nature. Even so, not every question has been answered. The Radiant told us that even as the Justiciar stood before the creature, he seemed to have trouble calling forth the Apex's power at first. My father once said that the Purge of the Apex is much like the wand he used to weave his magics. Of course, the main difference between them is the unique nature of the essence stored within the treasure. I know little of such arcane instruments, but you must be quite familiar with them. How do you use yours?
Well, given that I'm playing a Red Mage, I channel Ether into it, I perform incantations, or I rely on sheer willpower. Yeah, given how Red Mage Weapon works, that's just how we use it.
I see. Even with the right instrument, spellcasting requires the use of specific techniques. The Justiciar seems to lack any such expertise, so how did he tap into the treasure's power?
RNG?
I suppose the Purge of the Apex possesses some unique method of activation. When I spoke to the representatives of the other tribes about their treasures, no one mentioned special techniques being required. Not that the relics should have much in common to begin with.
So where does that put us? Well, we're about to find out from a Radiant Host soldier.
Yoto, did you see an Ori girl stood by here by herself? I'm afraid not. What happened?
Yeah, I can't help you there, sir.
Wait, I recognize you both. The hero of the final days and our recent visitor from Tyrol. Apologies for the imposition, but may I beg your assistance? It's all that Justiciar's fault. The girl said that she was off to join the Fool's Crusade and ran out of Yedlemat before anyone could stop her.
Yeah, she wanted to be his sidekick. And so... yeah, not good.
Her mother begged us to find her, but if she's following the Justiciar, she could be anywhere. You see, he's been sighted at locations scattered all over Thavnir.
Where does that put us?
We can't stand here looking at rocks while girls in danger, especially if the Justiciar's involved. We have to help.
Indeed we must. And so...
that much be much appreciated. We're searching places where the Justiciars have been spotted before, so perhaps you could start where he hasn't been seen.
Such as?
Good idea. As far as I know, he hasn't been sighted at the Northern Shores. Come on, Mathia.
Northern Shores, huh? Alright then, we'll see you out there. Yeah, even with that ominous rock, that ominous giant rock. Yeah, the one that was not that far away from where the Tower of Zak once stood. Alright, northward. Still fighting through the rain. Yeah, I guess it's fitting that it is rainy day here in Razathan and in Thavnir. Definitely goes with the theme of Halloween. So we went up and over. And, well, we found Topeke, but we haven't found the proper spots. Where are we looking? How about over here? Alright then, well, it looks like we found the target, so... come on over. I'll show you what I'm capable of. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I don't remember having those abilities, but then again, I don't get to use my mage abilities all that often. Yeah, I was about to say, let me at least shelter you from the rain.
I heard fighting, so I came as fast as I could. It's a good thing you arrived in time to save the girl.
No kidding. Young lady.
Thank you, mister. Thank you. I'm glad you're safe, but your mother must be worried sick. You shouldn't wander off like that, especially not to look for a trickster like the Justiciar. What? You mean he's a bad man?
I'm afraid so.
Yes, exactly. He stole an important treasure from my village, and now he's using it to make himself look brave. But he needed to kill the monsters, to protect us. There's no excuse for stealing. He may have fooled you younglings, but the Radiant host know what he's up to. But he said he'd save us from the monsters. He's our hero.
And when you needed him the most, it was me who saved the day.
The Radiant said we shouldn't be scared, but we all know the Justiciar is the one who keeps us safe. We don't need the Radiance anymore.
Uh-oh. Yeah, they would be very upset to hear you say that, or no hero can save the world alone. Yeah, I should know. Considering every dungeon requires at least 4 party members. And all the trials include 8, and the raid's 24.
I'm sorry. I shouldn't say bad things about the Radiants.
But
they protected everyone in the final days. I guess I forgot how much they care about us.
yeah.
I'm sorry too. I shouldn't have spoken to you like that after all you've been through. say the Justiciar is a thief and a trickster, but I hope it's not true. He's my hero.
Yeah, it's gonna be hard to get them to be swayed.
Well, I best escort her back to Yellowmad. I'll meet you there later, Mathia.
Okay, I'll do that. Yeah, not only that, young lady, but it's been raining all day and night. Yeah, you're gonna catch a cold in this weather. So let's warp back to Yellowmad. And so upon our return, let's go back and speak with the Peke.
The girl and her mother are reunited, and I think we can both give ourselves a pat on the back. They're on their way now to inform the Radiant Host that all is well. I would like to apologize for before. I let my emotions get the better of me and harangued that poor girl when she was hardly to blame for anything. I really should have been scolding myself.
Like, you really think so? Yeah, what's all this about?
Mathia, there's something I neglected to tell you before.
Uh-oh. Yeah, it's always these dirty secrets.
The man who now calls himself the Justiciar came to us in the guise of a worldly merchant. He was eager to ask about the purchase of the Apex and its history, and I was equally eager to tell him, not even considering what he might do with the information.
So you hold yourself responsible then?
I'm so proud of my father for being appointed as its guardian. I suppose I was trying to impress this stranger out of sheer vanity. That vanity led to my father being attacked and the treasure being stolen from under our noses. I have no choice but to make amends for my mistake and bring it back. Yet still I'm convinced that the Justiciar acts only to serve the greater good. I couldn't accept that he might not be as rotten as I thought, and I lashed out at the wrong person. From now on, I can't let my emotions cloud my judgment. I must remain calm and look at the facts for what they are. And the facts say that the Justiciar has done no harm to the people of Thavnir.
And yet, it's still your relic. It's still your artifact.
Even so, the organization he serves, the Passage of the Unbound, is evil to its very core. If his actions at my village are not villainy, I don't know what is. The situation is fraught with contradictions. I still don't know what to think. What about you, Mathia?
Yeah. There's still too many unanswered questions, or even if he hasn't attacked anyone, his actions are still stirring unrest. Yeah, that's the problem.
I agree. He speaks of justice and heroism with great bluster, yet there's something we're missing. Thank you, Mathia, for your wise words. I sometimes find it difficult to keep my heart from skewing my perspective, so I'm grateful that you're here to help me see clearly. So, it seems our objective is unchanged. We track down the man who stole my people's secret treasure. Whatever his intentions may be, unraveling them comes secondary to finding the man himself. I'll continue to put my every effort into the search, so stop by from time to time and I may have something new to share with you.
Well, in your case, it'll only be just a few moments. So it'll take our 1,021,000 experience points and 1,000 gil.